When humans mess things up, we tend to do it spectacularly. From radioactive wastelands to towns literally set on fire by mistake, our planet is dotted with eerie reminders of how fragile civilization can be and how stubbornly nature reclaims what's hers. So, grab your metaphorical hazmat suit and join me on a darkly world tour of places you'll never want to live, but can't stop Googling. Number 11, Chernobyl, Ukraine. If you ask anyone to name an abandoned city, chances are they'll blurt out Chernobyl before you finish the question. This isn't just any ghost town, it's the ghost town. In April 1986, a late-night safety test at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant went about as well as a toddler juggling chainsaws. Reactor 4 exploded, spewing radiation across northern Ukraine and beyond. Authorities waited a full 36 hours before evacuating the nearby city of Pripyat, a sleek Soviet model city built to house the plant's workers. Residents were told they'd return in 3 days. They're still waiting. Today, the 19-mile exclusion zone is a post-apocalyptic forest where wild boars and wolves roam among crumbling apartments. It's technically illegal to live there, though a few stubborn locals farm the irradiated soil anyway. When asked why, one resident told the BBC, "I don't care about radiation. At least no one's shelling my house." Fair point. Number 10, Centralia, Pennsylvania. Welcome to Centralia, a cozy little town in Pennsylvania that's been burning since 1962. Yes, burning, as in, the ground is literally on fire. It started when the town council decided to deal with an abandoned coal mine that had become a dump. Their genius solution? Burn the trash. Unfortunately, that trash sat atop anthracite coal, which, fun fact, catches fire like a grudge. The blaze spread underground and has been simmering away for over 60 years. Experts predict it could burn for another 250. The result? Roads hot enough to fry an egg, sinkholes that belch smoke, and a permanent smell of the devil's barbecue. The government finally condemned the town and deleted its ZIP code in the 90s. But as of 2020, 5 diehards still call Centralia home, possibly because they already have built-in central heating. Number 9, Wittenoom, Australia. If Chernobyl was undone by radiation, Wittenoom met its doom through a deadly mineral called blue asbestos. Discovered in Western Australia in the early 1900s, the fibrous rock promised riches and delivered cancer. From the 1940s to the 1960s, miners flocked to the area, blissfully unaware that inhaling asbestos dust was like inviting a swarm of microscopic knives into your lungs. The mining company eventually shut down, but not before coating the surrounding valleys in millions of tons of toxic tailings. By 2007, Wittenoom was so dangerous that the government literally erased it from official maps, as if deleting it would delete the problem. In 2022, Parliament approved demolition of the remaining buildings, but didn't bother cleaning up the asbestos. Because who needs lungs, right? The local indigenous communities still beg for a proper cleanup. Until then, Wittenoom remains the deadliest ghost in the southern hemisphere. Number 8, Villa Epecuén, Argentina. Once upon a time, Villa Epecuén was Argentina's glittering spa resort, famed for its salt lakes said to cure everything from arthritis to heartbreak. Tourists flocked there by the thousands until 1985, when the dam protecting the town collapsed and the entire place sank under 30 feet of water. For 2 decades, Epecuén was an underwater ghost city. When the waters finally receded in the 2000s, the town emerged looking like something out of a post-apocalyptic film. Concrete skeletons coated in salt, cars rusted into modern art. A single resident, Pablo Novak, returned to live there, reportedly content with his solitude and the world's weirdest swimming pool. When Novak passed away in 2024, Epecuén slipped back into silence, one man's kingdom beneath the ghosts of waves. Number 7. Craco, Italy. Perched dramatically atop a cliff in southern Italy, Craco looks like the world's most photogenic disaster. Founded by Greek monks in the 6th century and later ruled by nobles and priests, the town thrived for centuries. But from the 1950s onward, landslides began to eat away at its foundations. By 1963, the Italian government evacuated the remaining 1,800 residents, relocating them to safer ground. The medieval village still stands, barely, its crumbling towers and stone streets frozen in time. It's now a cinematic darling, the Passion of the Christ and Quantum of Solace both filmed there. If you ever visit, be sure to admire the stunning view. Just don't jump too hard. Number 6. Fukushima, Japan. Fast forward to March 11, 2011, Japan's darkest modern day. A 9.0 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast, triggering a tsunami that overwhelmed the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. With power lines down, engineers couldn't cool the reactors, leading to multiple meltdowns and one massive radioactive headache. Entire towns were evacuated. One of them, Futaba, went from 7,000 residents to 0 overnight. For over a decade, the area was a ghost zone dotted with empty schools and overgrown fields. When restrictions were lifted in 2022, most residents decided not to return. Radiation may fade, but trauma lingers. Officials hope 2,000 people might move back by 2030. Let's just say, no one's fighting over real estate there. Number 5. Thistle, Utah. Utah's Thistle was a peaceful farming town nestled in the canyon until 1983, when Mother Nature hit delete. Heavy rains triggered a landslide that dammed 2 creeks, creating a sudden lake that swallowed the entire community. The town's few dozen residents barely escaped, but their homes didn't. Today, what's left of Thistle lies half submerged beneath still waters, an eerie mirror reflecting drowned rooftops. A 2018 lightning fire destroyed many of the remaining structures because apparently the universe loves overkill. Number 4. Plymouth, Montserrat. Once the sun-soaked capital of the British island of Montserrat, Plymouth was the playground of the rich and famous. Rock stars like Paul McCartney recorded music there. Tourists sipped rum in beachside villas. Then, in 1995, the Soufriere Hills volcano woke up from a centuries-long nap. Cranky. 2 years later, a cataclysmic eruption buried Plymouth under ash and mud. The southern half of the island was declared an exclusion zone, and the capital became a tropical Pompeii. To this day, it's a haunting sight, a ghostly city where palm trees grow from second-story windows. Adventurers can visit on guided tours, but stay too long and you risk getting smoked, literally. Number 3, Attu, Alaska. Attu, the westernmost tip of Alaska, didn't die from nature's wrath. It was erased by war. Home to the Aleut people for centuries, the island was invaded by Japanese forces during World War II, making it the only U.S. soil occupied in the conflict. When the Japanese retreated, they kidnapped 42 residents and shipped them to camps in Japan, where nearly half perished. Meanwhile, American forces retook the island in a brutal battle, then burned the remaining villages to prevent reoccupation. After the war, the surviving Attuans were relocated elsewhere, never to return. In 2017, descendants finally visited their ancestral home for the first time in 75 years. What they found was raw, untouched wilderness and the ghosts of a culture stolen by history. Number 2, Gilman, Colorado. Nestled high in the Rockies, Gilman was once a bustling mining community born during Colorado's silver boom. Miners struck it rich until they realized the same metals bringing prosperity were poisoning the earth beneath them. For decades, toxic runoff from the Eagle mine seeped into the groundwater, killing local wildlife and contaminating the Eagle River. In 1986, the EPA swooped in, labeled it a Superfund site, and evacuated the town. Cleanup took nearly 15 years, but Gilman remains off-limits to this day. A ghost town locked behind chain-link fences, surrounded by million-dollar ski resorts. Talk about a real estate irony. Number 1, Ani, Turkey. Long before Istanbul stole the spotlight, Ani was the pride of medieval Armenia, a city so magnificent it was nicknamed the City of 1001 Churches. Perched on a plateau near the Turkish-Armenian border, it flourished as a Silk Road trading hub with soaring cathedrals and palaces. Then came the Mongol invasions, earthquakes, and shifting trade routes. History's version of a triple punch. By the 18th century, Ani was silent, its sandstone churches standing like skeletons under the desert sun. Today, the ruins are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting archaeologists, photographers, and romantics drawn to its tragic beauty. It's a place where you can almost hear the echoes of ancient prayers, and perhaps a whisper of, why didn't we build somewhere less earthquake-prone? These ghost towns remind us of one thing: nothing we build lasts forever. But maybe that's what makes the world so hauntingly beautiful. If you enjoyed exploring the forgotten corners of our planet, hit that like and subscribe. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and maybe don't build your house next to a volcano.